We're in Manali and we're headed northwards. But today it's not going to be about the destination but the journey.
The journey that just got a lot shorter with the opening of the Atal Tunnel. And to see exactly how much time is saved, we'll be doing both the old route and the new route, starting at Manali and ending at Sisu on the Leh-Manali highway. I'll be driving up via the tunnel in the Audi Q8.
And I'll be doing the older, longer route that goes via the Rohtang Pass in the Audi RS Q8. So, Rahul, let's do this.
Game on! Ordinarily, a drive to Rohtang involves a pre-dawn departure to beat the mad rush of tourist traffic that scrambles its way up the route. Time it wrong and you're setting yourself up for a horrid journey. Things, however, are very different this October's day. The COVID-19 pandemic has meant there are sadly very few tourists in town. The only plus is that traffic is minimal and this has allowed for a fashionably late departure post-brunch. Our 2 Q8 convoy sails out of the town centre, cruises on the common section of the Leh-Manali highway, and soon enough, we are at Palchan. Let's call Nikhil.
Yes.
Yo, so this is where we part ways. I continue straight and you go off to the right.
Yup, the long route.
Just for the record, it's 1:30 p.m.
Okay then, see you when I see you.
Alright, see you.
A few numbers first. Sisu is at a distance of 86 kilometers from Manali if you take the Rohtang Pass route. The new 9.02 kilometer long Atal Tunnel, that is the longest tunnel above 10,000 feet, cuts the above distance to just 40 kilometers. The maps promise very different journeys too.
I was told it'll be a scenic drive to Atal Tunnel from Palchan, and it is. The road to the tunnel is nice and smooth, and I'm really bonding with the Q8. It's such a smooth operator. The Q8 rides well, steers with grace, and on this drive, I'm really taking to the 3-litre V6 petrol engine's genteel nature. Making the drive all the more special is the spectacular scenery. 4 trees line the entire route and there are majestic views of the mountain range. I like that the road's also well marked and features guardrails for added protection. I doubt Nikhil has it so good.
It's a bit of an anticlimax that the historic route to the Rohtang Pass has such a nondescript entrance. The very first section of road is narrower than your average supermodel's waist. This is a really narrow road, and to think it's open to two-way traffic, and traffic that includes everything from cars to heavy-duty army trucks. Crazy. It's quite broken in places too, forcing me to slow to a crawl every now and then. This is not the start I'd hoped for, and it's not going to be easy going. The route starts at about 2,000 meters above sea level, and at its highest point you're nearly at 4,000 meters. The road snakes its way up, and what you get is a pretty stomach-churning drive. This is the quickest I've been up this road, and it's not solely down to the 600 horsepower RSQ8 with me. There's virtually no traffic. Now, on a bad day, traffic on this old Rohtang route could be backed up for hours. I reached the Gulaba checkpost with a glint in my eye. I wonder how Rahul's doing.
It's been an easy climb to 10,000 feet. And now for the main event.
There it is, the Atal Tunnel. And in we go. Wow, the inside is lit up like a stadium. It's so bright in here.
Immediately I can tell the Q8's matrix LED headlamps won't have to work all that hard inside this tunnel. This is such a departure from the dingy mountain tunnels we are accustomed to. All signages are clearly marked, speed limits, emergency phone locations, it's all in clear sight. The first impression is that this could be a tunnel in Europe. It's built to such a high standard.
So the road inside the tunnel is virtually arrow straight, and there's very little steering movement that I need to do here. So what I'm going to do is leave the Q8 in the comfort mode.
Even in comfort mode, it's not like I can let loose. I have to drive as if there's an egg under the accelerator pedal.
So the traffic inside the tunnel moves in a single file. There is no scope for overtaking whatsoever, and the speed limit ranges from 40 to 60 kph.
Any adventures in the tunnel will be caught on the network of cameras inside the tunnel. Okay, so I can't stretch my 340 HP Q8's legs in here, but this sure beats the narrow and windy Rohtang route. Just think of the scale of the job of cutting through pure mountain. It's just staggering to know that there's about 2 km of mountain above the tunnel roof. And soon enough, I'm at the end.
There it is. I see light at the end of the tunnel. I just can't believe I'm here already. It's taken me roughly over 10 minutes to get here, and while Nikhil is taking the Rohtang route, it's going to take him hours and hours. And I just can't wait to find out exactly how long it takes for him to get here.
My route just got a lot more serious. I'm above the tree line, and the intimidating mountains that I need to snake my way up are now in clear sight. It's a long way to the top. At least there's no melting snow or rain to deal with today, but landslides aren't uncommon even at this time of the year. The ominous boulders scattered on the mountainside don't put me at ease. Now the section we are on is called Chumbak Mode, and the name has a very interesting genesis. Now Chumbak translates to magnet in Hindi, and in the olden times when people's vehicles used to struggle up the climb, they used to believe that a magnetic force is holding their cars back. Thankfully, that's not a problem I'm going to be facing because my vehicle has a 600 horsepower bi-turbo V8. I might be in the most powerful version of the Q8, but I am the underdog today and remain curious about Rahul's whereabouts.
Next stop, Sisu, our endpoint on the Leh-Manali highway. I just can't believe I'm here so soon.
It's a different world on the north portal side of the Atal Tunnel. The contrast is stark. The mountains are barren and vegetation is minimal. There's such a visual disconnect between the landscapes on the two sides of the tunnel that it's hard to believe they're just separated by a short drive now. Soon, I reach our designated endpoint. The wait for Nikhil starts.
I've done the journey up to Rohtang before and know that the going gets tougher the higher up you go. This period of late October is also the sweet spot in terms of weather. It's well past the summer and monsoon months where the melting snow and rainwater create a nightmarish slush and legendary traffic jams near the summit. But I have to remind myself not to get carried away. We are still high up and things can go very wrong very quickly. Now that we are almost at the summit, I have to tell you a fact. Rohtang means pile of dead bodies. Now, a lot of people have lost their lives coming via the Rohtang route. The extremities of temperature, the cold winds, the altitude is just claimed a lot of life. That's a very sobering thought. Glistening in the afternoon sun, the white mountains in the distance look magnificent and almost waiting to be captured for a postcard. And surprise of surprises, the Rohtang Pass top that usually feels like a high altitude mela is sparse too. Here we are at Rohtang. This is the emptiest I have ever seen it. There are generally thousands of cars here, but there are just a few. I can count them on my fingertips. Now typically I'd stop here for instant noodles, that's comfort food, but I'm on a mission so I'll have to skip it this time around.
I don't think Nikhil will be here for a long time. This is something I came prepared for.
What goes up must come down. And from the Rohtang Pass top, what a descent it is. Far removed from the patchy path I remember it to be, the redone road is just brilliant. Impeccably surfaced and even clearly marked. It's almost poetic how this ribbon of black contrasts the white backdrop. Just look at what's behind me, look at what I'm in, and look at what's ahead of me. I think they'll be able to hear the RSQ8 roar all the way back in Manali. The big Audi uses brute force to shrink the distance between the hairpins and then seemingly shrinks itself in the corners. Oh, the steering. It just feels so agile. You just don't feel the size of this car in the corners. There's rear wheel steering, the active anti-roll bars, everything just comes together so beautifully. This is an unreal experience. The big Audi also manages the unfinished sections of the route further down without stress. Over the quick descent, the landscape transitions dramatically and there's a return of some greenery by the Kakar checkpost. Just about completing the descent, and one point of note is how quickly the light disappears. Just a few minutes back it was bright and sunny, and now that I'm down and low, the shadows of the mountains on both corners have just fast-tracked evening time. Okay, so there it is. The board reads Atal Tunnel 0.5 kilometers away, the new Chandra River Bridge, and Now the north portal of the Atal Tunnel. Wow, it just comes out of nowhere. And I am on the section of the Leh-Manali highway I am familiar with. So now I can't be too far from where Rahul is.
I'm killing time, expecting a much longer wait when I see the Navara Blue RSQ8 turn in. Honestly, I thought the wait would be much longer, but Nikhil's here just an hour and 10 minutes after me. He must have flown, but I won't let him think too highly of himself. Game face on.
And you're finally here.
Yes, I am. How many hours back did you get here?
About 1 hour and 10 minutes.
You know what? I couldn't have done it any faster. The Rohtang route is the best I've ever seen it. The conditions were the best I've ever been. There's no traffic, and of course I had the RSQ8, but this is really the best case scenario what I've come through. So Rahul, what do you think of the tunnel?
It was absolutely incredible. It's engineered so well. In fact, it's unreal how much time and stress you save. It's literally like time travel.
Yeah, now Rahul, you've been on both routes.
True.
Which one would you go by?
The Rohtang Pass is historic. I've done so many rallies there, the Raid di Himalaya. There are so many movie shoots that happen there. It's got so much history behind it. I would still say, at least once in the life, you should experience Rohtang Pass, for sure. But to save time, nothing beats the Atal Tunnel.
So I think that is what it is, right?
True.
As much as we're celebrating the Atal Tunnel, it's almost like a farewell to the Rohtang Pass. I mean, we don't really need to go on it, but
Absolutely.
think about it, we have so many memories there. We've done so many drives there, but I think that's it. That's that for the old legendary route. So I guess it is goodbye to the Rohtang Pass and hello to the Atal Tunnel.